Hi guys, my name is Christine and I'm a dating, relationship and personal development coach. And today I'm talking about you will be her favorite lover and to make her weak at the knees. So how can you make a woman that you're dating weak at the knees and become obsessed with you and really want to be your lover and things like that? So a lot of the time, if you're trying to attract a woman, you need to act differently than the other guys that she may be already speaking to. So let's say you met a girl on a dating app. There's probably a few other guys that she's talking to, maybe even a couple of other guys that she's been going on dates with. So how can you stand apart and how can you be the one that makes her, how can you be the one that she picks out of the crowd? So you can't be doing the things that every other guy is doing. So think about this, for example. She matches with another guy on Tinder or whatever, Bumble, something like that. And this guy messages her straight away there, and he messages her every day. He says good morning. He sends good morning messages, good morning texts, right? This is what a lot of guys are going to be doing, right? This is what a lot of men are going to be doing, especially if they're needy and they're desperate. So basically, what you need to do to stand out and to be different is to not do those things, right? So Corey Wayne says, you should use the phone for setting up dates rather than getting to know someone, right? Because that's not what most people do. That's not what most men do. Most men are in that woman's DMs all the time, right? So if you only use the phone for setting up appointments with women, like let's go out at this time, at this place, those kinds of things, then you're going to be coming across as a lot different, right? Because you're not chit-chatting with her on the phone and you're not messaging and texting and relying on that to get to know a woman. You are getting straight to the point and saying, look, hey, you know what? I think you're really great. I think you're beautiful. We should meet up. We should hang out. When are you free? And she's like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm free on Saturday. Great. That's great. That's great that you're free on Saturday. I can't wait. How about we go to this restaurant at this time, on Saturday? That'll be great. And she'll be like, yeah, okay, let's do that. Right? And then you've got something arranged, you've got something set in stone. And sometimes, of course, obviously, some women are going to back out. Some women are going to flake on you, maybe even stand you up. But that's just a woman that you're not going to spend any more time with. You are going to focus on those women who do show up to those dates, right? But again, you're being different. You're being mysterious, right? Because you are only using the phone to set up those dates. Now, of course, there may have to be a couple of messages back and forth to begin with. There was when I first met my wife. So my experience was, we matched on Tinder. We sent a few messages back and forth on Tinder. I asked for her Facebook information because I wanted to check if she was a catfish or not. So she sent me her Facebook information. I added her on Facebook. I went through her timeline a little bit just to see if she was a real person. She was, or that's what she looked like. She was a real person. She had things that she was tagged in from friends and family and all that kind of stuff. I was like, okay, this woman is who she is. She says she is. I'm going to arrange a date with her. So I messaged her on Facebook. This all happened within the same evening, by the way. And I said, hey, well, hi, it's me. Obviously, I said something like that. And I was like, oh, how about we meet, when are you free? When are you free? And she said, oh, yeah, I'm free this Saturday. I'm like, great. How about we meet at this time, at this place? And she was like, yeah, great. And then we met up. And I did that for a week after that as well. I did the same thing. I waited a few days after that first date. And I think I waited 5 days, 5 whole days, without messaging her at all, to arrange another date. So she had time to think about me, had time to miss me, to wonder about me. And I said, hey, when are you free again to hang out? And she told me when she was free. And I was like, great, how about we meet at this time, at this place? And we did. And after that, she started messaging me first, right? And I was no longer having to message her first to arrange a date. And if you use that process, that's how you can get a woman to be more attracted to you, more obsessed with you, and make her want you more, because you're acting differently than everyone else. Because if you think about it, and this was really difficult for me, right? It's going to be it's difficult to hold back when you're really attracted to a woman, right? It was really difficult for me to not message her during those first 2 dates, right? To not be wondering where I stood with her. But I had to come from this place of, look, if she likes me, if she's attracted to me, she's going to say yes, right? And if she's talking to any other women out there, I want to come across as different. I want to come across as like I'm not needy and not attached. And you wouldn't believe this, right? But when we started getting into a more committed relationship, we naturally started talking about, you know, people that were dating in the past, bad dating experiences, is sort of like a fun topic. And she said to me that she went on she went on one date with a woman, right? And within the first 24 hours after that date, this woman had sent her 2 bunches of flowers, was messaging her loads, and was saying things like, oh my God, do you not like me anymore? Sorry, am I being too much? Things like that, becoming needy and insecure, right? And there are loads of people that do exactly the same thing, and they push women out of their lives when they could have actually made that person really attracted to them, right? Because they just got too needy, too insecure, right? So if you want to make a woman weak at the knees for you, you have to be confident and strong. Even if you feel like, oh my God, I really need to message her, you need to back off and hold off, okay? Because doing the opposite and messaging her loads, being in her DMs, you're acting like every other guy she's dating, okay? So in order to act like different and for it to see you as unique and more interesting, you need to do the opposite of what every other guy is doing, okay? Which is why do what Corey Wayne says, where you only use the phone to set up dates instead of messaging, because that's what a lot of the guys are doing. A lot of guys are texting these women all the time, you know, sending a good morning beautiful text, all that kind of stuff, you know. So you're going to look different if you're only using the phone to just set up and arrange appointments with her to see her. You're going to come across as different. And if she doesn't like that, if she gets butthurt and resentful about the fact that you're not messaging her 24/7, then that's not the kind of woman that you want to be with. Because what you want to come across as is like, okay, I'm using the phone to set up appointments, to set up dates with you because I have a busy life. Like, I've got other things going on. I've got a job that I've got, or perhaps you're studying. I've got other things I need to focus on. And I've only got a couple of evenings a week to hang out with women and to go on dates, right? So I'm busy, okay? I've got other things I need to be doing, okay? I don't have time to always be messaging you, okay? And a woman who has got her head screwed on right won't mind about that. They won't mind that it takes you you're not available 24/7 to chit chat on the phone. They won't mind that, okay? Especially if you say, let's say a woman calls you out on it and says, how come you only message me every few days, right? How come you're not talking to me that much, right? At the moment, you just say, well, I've made an appointment with you, like we've arranged a date. I want to get to know you in person. I don't want to get to know you over the phone. That's a really cold way of getting to know someone. I'd rather get to know you in person. And a woman who's got her head screwed on right won't mind that. In fact, they'll love the fact that you want to actually get to know her and not just some sort of like fake sort of correspondence with them over a phone. Because what you need to remember about, you know, technology and the way that we communicate, even letter writing, these things have only been around for, you know, not very long, basically. And if you think about how long humans have been on the earth, if you're not religious, right? You know, if you think about how long we've been on the earth and how long we've been evolving, we've always got to know people in person. That's just the way we naturally get to know people. It's not natural to get to know someone over text. Why? Because you can fake who you are. How do you know that the woman you're talking to 24/7 on text is who she says she is? Right? Because you can craft a message, right? It's always better to get to know people in person because you can read their body language, you can read their cues, you can tell if they're attracted to you, right? And you can get to know them way better than if you were just texting them, right? I noticed this before when I was dating. There was a woman that I started dating and I thought, oh yeah, she looks really cute in her profile pictures. And, you know, when we was chatting, I was like, oh yeah, we're really getting on here. And then I met out with her in person and I noticed that she was completely the opposite of the kind of woman that I was trying to get with. Right, she was a woman who's really, really masculine, right? And I tend to be more attracted to really feminine women. And yeah, I just didn't want to go on anymore with this woman because she was just way too masculine, right? So it put me off, right? Because we can hide who we are. We can even sort of manipulate images to make us look a certain way as well, right? So it's always best to meet women out in person, okay? And it's going to make you look more mysterious because you're not always messaging her. It's going to make, you know, her more want you, right? More make you seem more interesting to her, make her more attracted to you, okay? Because we're always attracted to things that are rare, that are unfamiliar, right? But we seem to take for granted those people that are familiar, those people that are always in our DMs and things like that, right? So that's one of the greatest ways that you can make a woman become more obsessed with you, make her weak at the knees for you, because you're just acting way differently than everyone else, and she'll want to choose you as her lover as opposed to all the other guys she's talking to you, simply because you're behaving differently than all the other guys. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to get in touch with me personally and you'd like coaching with me, then please go to www.christineloveridge.com, and I shall talk to you again very soon. Goodbye.